Chapter 3, it's sobering, isn't it? We hear in our world today people saying, well, people are basically good, or there's more good people than evil, or more good in the world than evil. But if we're honest and if we open our eyes, we recognize very clearly that there is great evil. And it's just as clear as the facts that there have been 60 million babies aborted, that there's more slavery today than has ever been for mankind, that you hear in the news every night, murders. And then, just the very fact that our entertainment is violence and pornography and the occult. You can't turn on the television without being careful what your eyes might see. And this lesson is the why we struggle with personal sin, why we care so much about our rights or our will to lead us, or our desires to be on the throne of our hearts. Chapter 3 explains it all, and it is because of sin. And the sin entered the world through Adam and Eve, and they chose to disobey that clear command that God made not to eat of the tree of good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil. But they wanted to be like God, didn't they? They wanted to be in charge of themselves, to be independent of Him. But God, in the very same chapter, He promises us hope. Chapter 3:15 is clearly the first mention that there will be that rescuer that one day would come. And since consequences are still among us and will always be until He returns, but in Jesus, we can be redeemed. We can be rescued from self and sin and Satan. We can be bought back from slavery to sin. We can be rescued from the shame and guilt of it. And we can return to this wonderful relationship God created us to have with Him. And this is all, of course, called grace. But if people will not realize that or admit that they are sick with sin, then they will not embrace the cure in Christ. The first thing they must do, anyone must do, is to understand they're helpless in their own sin. Our lecture today is a powerful message from Susie Rowan herself. This is our executive director's voice that you will hear, and it is what we need to hear in 2020. So let's all listen, let's all learn, let's all let the truth transform us. God bless you all.